Whoops, hang on. Momentary panic as it wouldn't pinch in. Couldn't zoom for a second. Okay, but it does work. And Michael Haynes, welcome. Hey, everybody. Spokane Steve here. Time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Whoops. Sorry about that. That was got something on the score sheet there. Hello, Kenyon. Hello, Jeffrey. Jeffrey! Good to see you back on the air, my friend. Caught part of your game earlier today. And there's Kelly. Hello, Kelly. And there's Franklin. Yeah, momentary panic there as I could not get it to zoom in. Let's see what we got now. It looks a little off. Can everybody see the cards clearly? Looks a little fuzzy on my monitor, but that's probably my eyes, I suppose. Things a little blurry today. I have that dry eye, you know, as well as minor cataracts. Anyway, Jeffrey says it looks good. Okay. Trying to adjust my chair here. Bear with me. We'll get this one started on time. It's just now 2:30 my time. And today we're going to complete the doubleheader we started yesterday, the Cleveland Indians at the Chicago White Sox. This was a 4-game series. The Indians have won 2 of the 3 played so far. Yesterday, as you know, was a wild game with 3 ejections. Both teams had to get deep into their bullpens in Game 1. So both teams hoping to get some length out of their starters here in the nightcap. It'll be lefty John O'Donohue for Cleveland, righty Bruce Howard for Chicago. O'Donohue's only made 1 start this season so far, and he got absolutely pummeled. 3 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned. Yeah, he just got hammered. He's 0-1. Howard's only made 1 start. He's 1-0 with a 2.25. He's also appeared twice in relief, 8 innings total. Yeah, exactly, Franklin. I get you, because that's what I have to do. To see anything, I have to go to full screen. And actually, when I'm just watching YouTube, I normally watch it on my TV. The bigger the better for these old eyes. Right? Okay, let's get underway here. I'll give you the Indians lineup. Vic Davalillo will play center field and lead off. Max Alvis at third base hit second. Leon Wagner will play left and hit third. Rocky Colavito in the familiar cleanup spot in right. Fred Whitfield, the star of the first game of this doubleheader, is at first base hitting fifth. Duke Sims will do the catching and hit sixth. Chico Simone is at shortstop for the nightcap, hitting seventh. Pedro Gonzalez, second base, and O'Donohue, the pitcher, round out the lineup. The White Sox defensively shape up like this. Jerry McNertney will catch the nightcap. Bill Skowron at first base. Buford and Weiss up the middle. Gene Freeze at third. The outfield left to right, Cater, Agee, and Robinson. So the same outfield alignment. Bruce Howard's ready to go. Umpire says play ball. And here's Vic Davalillo to lead things off. Davalillo hitting just .227, 2 homers, 10 RBIs on the season so far. And hello to Ben. Just getting ready to go here as Howard gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Davalillo. It's going to be a 3-4 right-handed, and he walks him. A leadoff walk to Davalillo. He has great speed. Star 15. Let's check the battery now for Chicago. Howard a -1 hold. McNertney a +1 arm behind the plate, so that washes. That's a 0. Davalillo 15 will be held on at 13. And that 9 automatic caught there will deter him from trying for that. I'm not huge on stealing at 13 anyway, as you know. I will do it sometimes. Exactly, Michael. Yeah, Elvis has been informed by his manager, Bertie Tebbets, to be on a little better behavior in the second game. Elvis hitting .250, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Davalillo being held from the stretch. Ball's pitch is a 1-8 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop. That's going to be 2. It's Weiss to Buford to Skowron, double play. So a routine double play, turned nicely by the White Sox infield. 2 away, and here's Leon Wagner. Wagner leading the club in batting at .347, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. Howard into the windup. 2-6 right-handed, it's a grounder to short. Weiss will take it and throws him out. No runs, no hits, no one left. After half an inning of play, Cleveland nothing, Chicago coming to bat. And as O'Donohue gets ready to work, I will give you the White Sox lineup. For game 2, Don Buford will lead off at second base. Nice, they put Weiss back in down back in the 8th spot. He was leading off the opening game of the doubleheader. So they got smart in between games, I guess. Here's Floyd Robinson, right fielder, hitting second. Tommy Agee, of course, in center, bats third. Bill Skowron, who I just noticed here I misspelled on the score sheet, Scrowron. Bill Moose Skowron at first base, hits cleanup. Jerry McNertney will catch the second game. He'll bat 5th. Danny Cater is in left. Gene Freese at third base, and Al Weiss at short rounds out the lineup with Howard, the pitcher, hitting 9th. The Indians defensively, Duke Sims catching, Whitfield at first, Gonzalez and Simone up the middle, Elvis at third, and the outfield left to right of Wagner, Davalillo, and Rocky Colavito. Okay. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of water. Excuse me. Mookie, who was quite rambunctious just a short time ago, is crashed out at the top of the tower. Game time seemingly coinciding with his nap time. So here's Buford. Don hitting .246, 3 home runs, and a team-leading 18 RBIs. A switch hitter batting righty against O'Donohue. And here's the windup. Here's the pitch. A 3-9 left-handed triple to 1. That's a base hit up the middle for Buford. Buford with great speed on the bases. And let's take a look at the Cleveland battery. O'Donohue with a fine -3 hold. Sims a 0. That knocks Buford down to a 14, and they're going to hold him on, making him a 12. That'll keep Buford planted, and here's Floyd Robinson hitting .296, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Left on left, O'Donohue from the stretch. Comes in there with a 3-7, single to 9 on a 17. That liner is speared by a leaping Gonzalez at second. Throws to first, Buford back to the bag. So a line out to second for Robinson. Fortunately for Buford, he didn't stray too far from the bag. Well, and Skowron has Ben playing right now on the table. 58 Yankees versus Red Sox. Yeah, Skowron is one of those guys on the 61 Yankees. I'm quoting this from memory now. This is actually from an ad for Strat-O-Matic in the magazine. They had 6 guys with 20 or more homers. Does that sound right to everyone? He was one of those guys. That, of course, the big Maris-Mantle home run chase. They ended up with Maris hitting 61 home runs. I think it's safe to say we all know that one. Now here's Agee with one down. Agee trying to get his season going. He did have a couple of hits in the opener. He got his average up to 215. Still looking for his first home run. Chicago in their 32nd game. Still looking for his first home run. Is that something? From the stretch, Donahue to Agee is a 110 high fly ball to deep left field. Wagner is going back at the track, at the wall, leaps in. Wait, that 16 was not flat. That's going to be a re-roll. 17. He catches it, leaps up and brings it back down at the wall. And Agee is robbed of his first home run. So he rolled a 16, which would have also been an out. It wasn't quite flat, which I didn't notice till I moved the other die. You could see it tilt. And on the re-roll, we got a 17. So poor Agee, still looking for his first home run. He hit 22 that year. 2 down, here's Skowron. Moose hitting 224, just 2 homers, 4 RBIs. O'Donohue out of the stretch. Comes in there with a 4-11 right-handed, and he walks him. Ball 4, Skowron to first, Buford down to second. First and second, 2 down, and here's Jerry McNertney now, the catcher. McNertney did not play in the opener. He's 6 for 18 on the season. No homers, 3 RBIs. O'Donohue ready to go to work. The pitch is a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. Simone charges it on the run to Whitfield. And that'll do it. 6-3, side retired. No runs to hit, 2 left on. And we've got a scoreless inning. Both pitchers rated 6 for endurance, if you're wondering, as I mentioned at the top of the game. Both teams would really like to get some length out of their starters in the nightcap here. Both teams do have options in the bullpen. Let me refresh this so I can see the latest chat, which is below the line. I cannot see it. Mantle, Maris, Skowron, Blanchard, Elston, Howard, Yogi Berra, I think, to answer Kenyon's question. And there's Joel Horland. Welcome, Joel. I was thinking about you yesterday when the White Sox starter Gary Peters was ejected after facing only 2 batters, and Joe Horland had to come on and pitch 5 innings of relief. And there's Bob Cole. Yes, confirms. Berra with 22. So I think that had never been done to that time. I can't say for sure if it's been done since then. Anyway, we go to the second inning in this one. Rocky Colavito will lead off. He's hitting 341, 7 homers, 17 RBIs, and it feels to me that after a blazing, torrid hot start, Colavito's cooled off quite a bit of late. Well, Jeffrey, I'll tell you how I do that. When the 20 die comes up on a 1 on a hit by pitch, I have a homemade ejection chart, and I roll the 20 again for the ejection. So with the 20 die, 1 out of every 20 hit by pitches could end in an ejection. They don't all do. Where is that chart? I forgot to break out my wall chart here. If I can do that here. Don't mind a bit here. Let's set that up. I should have had that out anyway. So if you get a 1 through 6, there's no ejection. So 70% of the time, there will be an ejection. And only on 17 through 20, which occurred yesterday, are both the batter and the pitcher ejected. I've got that saved on my hard drive, so yeah, you can see quite a few pinholes in that one. Maybe they should. I'm not quite sure how you'd go about that. Okay, Howard to Colavito now. Gets the sign from McNertney. Comes right in there with a 4-11 right-handed. It's a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Cater, a 4-14, ranging to the gap. Here's the play on a 5. He's not going to get that. That's down for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Colavito. Cater, not known for his defense out there. Colavito not a threat to steal, and here's Fred Whitfield. Yes, exactly. Batter can get ejected, pitcher can get ejected, or both. Part of the game then. It was. I'd say nowadays they crowd the plate. More batters crowd the plate, and it seems the pitchers really have less control to do anything about it without getting in trouble, that is. Whitfield, the player of the game in the opener, hitting .240 now, 6 home runs, and a team leading 21 RBIs. Well, I do use the super advanced stealing, but I won't use the super advanced fielding chart. If you roll, I have it where you roll the 1. If you roll the 20-sided 1 on an attempt for the lead, it's a possible pickoff. It's not perfect, but that's again, I try to strike a balance of realism and ease and quickness of play, which is important to me. I don't really like games to go over 90 minutes. Different strokes, right? Here's Whitfield. Pitch from the stretch is a 2-7 right-handed. That is ripped into right field for a 2-star single. Colavito all the way to third. Just missed the double on that one. Double to 13 on the roll of an 18. Whitfield picks up right where he left off. And Cleveland threatening with runners at the corners and nobody out. Here's Duke Sims now. Sims catching the nightcap. Sims 9 for 28 on the season. That's a .321 average. He has 1 home run. Infield at double play depth. That's going to be a 4-7 left-handed. Struck him out. That's a big strikeout for Howard. 1 away. And here's Chico Simone. Simone playing shortstop. First time he's played there this season. Just 2 for 22. Trying to get his year untracked. Infield at double play depth, powered out of the stretch. It's a 5-10 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base. That's going to get a run in. Skowron goes down to Weiss for 1, back to first, not in time, and a run will score on that. It's a 3-6 force. And Colavito will cross the plate on the play, making it 1-0. So Simone at first, a star 19 Steeler, held at 17. He's going to try for that lead. He needs a 5. 6, he does not get it. And Pedro Gonzalez will hit away. Gonzalez hitting .278, 1 homer, 8 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Howard. 5-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 Ks in the inning for Howard, but Cleveland gets a run on 2 hits and leaves 1. And they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the second. I do not know the story of Sims, Jeffrey. Perhaps you could share that with us. I remember Sims. He played shortly for the Dodgers around 1970 or so. I think he also played for the Giants. Or am I thinking of Dick Dietz that played for both clubs? Yeah, again, my memory, not what it used to be. Oh, I'm not afraid to admit it. It comes with age, as I like to say. Well, growing old may not be the most fun thing in the world. It certainly beats the alternative. Here's Danny Cater to lead off the bottom of the second. Cater hitting .244, just 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Left-hander winds and deals. 4-8 right-handed. It's a fly ball into straightaway center. Davalillo there, and he'll glove it for the first out. That'll bring up Gene Freese, the third baseman. Where is Freese? Looking for his stat line. Here he is, .255, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. O'Donohue into the windup. Pitch to Freese is a 6-7 right-handed. Slow roller to short. Simone comes in, gloves it, and throws him out. So Simone looking pretty adept out there. He's handled 2 plays in his first start at shortstop, and with 2 down, Al Weiss will be the hitter. Weiss, of course, a glove-first player. You're going to say hit second, but there's not much hit there, is there? He's hitting .149 on the season so far. Switch hitter batting righty, at least a little better that way. O'Donohue with the windup. It's a 6-8 right-handed. That's going to be a great 2-hopper to third. Alvis throws him out, and it's a clean inning for O'Donohue. 1, 2, 3 go the Sox. Pitcher will lead off the third for the Indians. O'Donohue is a right-handed batter. 2W. The pitch from Howard. 6'9" right-handed is a lazy fly ball to right. Robinson cruises under it and makes the grab. That'll turn the lineup over, and here's Davalillo again. He walked his first time up. Vic had not started in a couple of games, but he's back in the lineup for the nightcap. Howard gets the sign from McNerney. It's a 2-9 right-handed. It's a comebacker. Howard snares it, takes a couple steps towards first, and tosses it to Skowron for the out. Here's Alvis with 2 down, 0 for 1. Howard gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Matt. It's a 3-10 right-handed. Goes the other way with it and lofts one into right field. That'll be Robinson. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Howard. So both starters looking sharp at the outset. So he had anxiety disorder or a nervous breakdown. Well, I can relate. I suffer from anxiety disorder myself. I have since my mid-20s. And I never had to catch in the major league, so there's that. Did have to work for Safeway, though. I'm not comparing the two, obviously, but just saying. Okay, here's Howard. Switch hitter, he'll bat righty against O'Donohue. The pitch is a 3-10, grounder down to third. Alvis will take it, throws him out, one away. Here's Buford. He singled his first time up, the only Chicago hit in the game so far. Batting righty. O'Donohue set now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Buford is a 4-6 right-hander. That is going to be ripped into the left center gap. Wagner chasing it down. Buford rounds, and he's into second standing with a one-out double. And Buford's 2 for 2. Buford with great speed on the bases. Excuse me. And Floyd Robinson, the hitter. And welcome, Mike. I am well, sir. How are you? Happy Friday to everybody. Left on left now. Buford takes his lead from second. Here's the pitch from O'Donohue. 6-4 lefty. Fly ball to center and shallow. Here comes Davalillo still coming on. He's there. Makes the catch for the second out. And here's Agee. Agee robbed of a home run in the first. O'Donohue set. The pitch to Agee on a 3-4. He goes the other way with it, lofts a fly ball into right for Rocky Colavito, who settles under it and squeezes it to retire the side. No runs a hit, one left. 3 innings in the books. It's 1-0 Indians. Let's take a look at the standings here for just a second. Oh, man, there goes my voice. By winning the opener, the doubleheader, the Indians moved to within 2.5 games of first place. They're now tied for fourth with the Tigers. Ben's for Cleveland. Sorry to hear that, Ben, about the week that is. Not about the Cleveland. Ben's changing his mind now. Now you can do that. That's fine. They are the home team. Okay, Howard ready to work. Leon Wagner will start it off. He's 0 for 1. Gotcha. Okay. Howard into the windup. 6-3 lefty gets a base hit into left field. So Wagner pokes it the other way, and it's a leadoff single for Leon. -1 +1. He's a 14. I'm not going to try anything with Colavito at the plate. Colavito singled his first time up. Howard working out of the stretch now. The pitch to Rocky is a 6-8 right-hander. It's a liner right into the glove of Freeze. So a liner to third. That's the first out. Wagner's going to roll for the lead. He needs a 6. Does not get it. And here's Fred Whitfield. Fred singled his first time up. Howard out of the stretch now. Pitch to Fred is a 5-8 left-handed. He pops him up right side. Buford calling. And that's the second out. And that'll bring up the aforementioned Sims. Sims has a little pop versus righties. He has 1 home run on the season. Here's the pitch from Howard. 5-5 left-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Robinson at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Sims with his 2nd home run of the season. And for those who don't know, my rule is if it's flat, it counts. If it rolls off the table, of course, that's a re-roll. Or if it's cockeyed. Right on cue, right, Ben? Duke's 2nd home run on a 5-5, 2-11. The roll is an 8. And Cleveland leads it 3-0 on a 2-run blast by Duke Sims. And I certainly hope I'm not alone in saying, I feel kind of happy for Sims at this moment. Even more so based on the information that we just obtained from Jeffrey. Here's Chico Simone. Howard's set now. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-10 right-handed single up the middle. So Cleveland comes out swinging here in the 4th. That's the 3rd hit of the inning off of Howard. Nobody throwing in the pen. Here's Gonzalez. He struck out his first time. Speedy Gonzalez, as he was dubbed yesterday by someone. Howard ready from the stretch. Pitch to Gonzalez is a 5-2 right. He gets a grounder to short. Weiss will take it. He'll go the short way to Buford for the 4th. And that will do it. Cleveland strikes for 2, however, on a 2-run shot by Duke Sims, who, as Kenyon points out, is still alive at 83. And Franklin named him Speedy Gonzalez. I like that. That's when we were looking at the cats, and I lost track of the chat a little bit. But yeah, I remember the cartoon. O'Donohue now staked to a 3-run lead. Skowron, McNertney, and Cater due for the Sox. Sox have had trouble hitting all season long. Just not a very good hitting club. And they've been even worse with runners in scoring position. I wish I had a stat for that, but believe me, these guys just cannot drive them in. Skowron walked in the 1st. O'Donohue ready to work. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch on a 6-8 right-handed. It's a ground ball down to third base. Elvis has it. Throws him out, and there's one away. O'Donohue's certainly faring better than his first start of the year, that's for sure. Here's McNertney now, 0 for 1. O'Donohue, the sign from Sims. That's a 6-6 right-handed. It's a triple to 4 on an 18. He will settle for a long single. So McNertney with a base hit. A star 15 stealer. Man, you don't see that often out of a catcher, do you? O'Donohue -3. Sims a 0, so he's a 12. No need to hold him. McCarver's a star stealer. And welcome to Dan Port. First timer, Dan? Yeah, you take me back to when I first discovered it on YouTube. Well, that was a happy day. Well, welcome. Welcome aboard, and great bunch of guys here. How long have you been playing? As Cater steps into the box, runner on first, 1 away. Cater 0 for 1. O'Donohue from the stretch. That is a cockeyed dice. That's a re-roll. Cater fouls it back. O'Donohue rubs up a new ball, and here's his next offering. It's a 2-8 left-handed. That's going to be a grounder to third, and that's going to be 2. Elvis to Gonzalez. Nice turn to Whitfield. 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. So it's all Alvis on defense in the fourth. And through 4, it's 3-0 Indians. Oh, wow, so a new player as well. How awesome is that? That's exactly what we need. You guys have heard me say it 50 times. We need more young blood into this game. Be sure to check out the Strat-O-Matic website, Dan. They have some online games there, and you can join what we used to call play-by-mail keeper leagues. Of course, they're all done by internet now. There's no more mail. Except for ads and bills, right? There's no more mail. Even a lot of the bills are electronic. Okay, to the 5th we go. This could be Howard's final inning of work, as he's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the inning. O'Donohue will lead it off. He's a right-handed batter. The pitch from Howard. 3-8 righty. He grounds it down to 3rd. Freeze will take it and throws him out. Oh, nice. Good place to start. Thank goodness, Ben. Here's Davalillo now, 0 for 1 with a walk. Howard into the windup. 1-9 righty is a grounder to second base. That's routine for Buford. Tosses to Skowron for out number 2. I don't even want to say what my 16-year-old would be for me. Although most of you already know it, so I'm kind of half kidding, you know. You guys all know I'm 68. Most of you anyway. The regulars do. Here's Alvis, 0 for 2. Howard, the sign from McNerdman. 4-3 right-handed. That's a grounder to first base X. That's going to be a tough play for Skowron, who's a 4-14. Here's the roll on the play. It's an 8, error range, a 7 on a 14, and he boots it off of his glove. Skowron will be charged with an error. Alvis reaches. First error of the ball game. I'd be a year before you. Mine would be the 72 season. The beginning of the Oakland dynasty, which we've seen some flashes of, early flashes of, right? In this 66 replay so far. Here's Wagner. Runner on first, 2 down. Howard out of the stretch. The pitch to Leon is a 5-7 left-handed. Ground ball to second base. Buford has it, throws him out. And that'll do it for Cleveland in the 5th. You're not alone, Dan. I had played exclusively Windows for about 25 years, and before beginning these projects, I went to read the rules again, and some of them I was shaking my head going, what? Wait a minute, I got to read that again. And yeah, everybody plays differently. There's a lot of ways to play it. There's no wrong way. Okay, bottom of the 5th we go. What to do with Howard? We almost have to hit for him, don't we? Freeze 0 for 1. O'Donohue set to work now. Gets the sign from Sims. Here's the pitch to Freeze. It's a 2-5 lefty. Struck him out. That's the first strikeout for O'Donohue. And the batter will be Weiss, the shortstop. Al Weiss hitting right-handed. 1-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. I tell you, I throw it out to the group, but with 2 outs and nobody on, I'm really inclined to try to get a little more out of Howard. Let's take a look at the Chicago pin. LeMahieu could pitch. He pitched in the opener, but he did pitch in this game in real life. Fisher, we probably wouldn't use Wilhelm. Locker only worked a third or a 2/3, so he'd be available. They could go to Higgins as a long man, so they have enough. Let's hit for him. They got to try to score. Even though there are 2 outs, this team has been so offensively challenged. I feel like I have to do something. Let's see what they've got. We're looking for a right-handed batter, hopefully. Batter will be John Romano. He's got some pop. And he pinch hit in this game in real life. Romano, who caught the opener, of course, will bat here. That'll end the day for Howard. He goes 5. 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out a pair. So not a bad outing by Howard. They'll go to Higgins. Higgins throwing down in the pen. And the batter is Romano. Romano, 268, 5 homers on the season. O'Donohue into the windup. 4-6 right-handed. It's a double to 15. That's going to be down and roll to the wall. Davalillo picks it up. Romano hitting for second. He's in with a double. So a pinch hit double there by John Romano. That'll get Buford to the plate. He's the team's RBI leader, and he's 2 for 2 today. O'Donohue checking the runner. Now comes to the plate, 1-7 lefty, grounds it down to Elvis, backhands it and throws him out. And that will do it for the White Sox. Unable to cash in the Romano double, they strand him. No runs, a hit, 1 left. If anybody could do it on that team, it would be Buford. All right, here's Higgins now. Higgins coming on to pitch for the Sox. He's been great so far. No record, but a 1.74 ERA in 10 1/3 innings of work. Right-handed pitcher. Facing Colavito, Whitfield, and Sims here in the 6th. Colavito 1 for 2. Higgins gets the sign from McNertney. Here's his pitch. That's a 4-9 right-handed. Triple to 1. Base hit for Colavito on a 17. Hang on a second. That one was not flat either. We got to re-roll the 20. It's an 11. It's still a single. Colavito 2 for 3. And here's Whitfield. Fred's 1 for 2 on the day. Higgins out of the stretch. Pitch to Whitfield is a 2-10 right-handed. That's a mammoth blast to deep right field. Robinson turns around, and it is way gone. Fred Whitfield does it again. Remember, he homered in the opener, and he has another home run here in the nightcap. Holy smoke, Whitfield on fire with his 7th home run of the season, and he blows the game open 5-0 Cleveland. Whitfield was the player of the game in the opener. And he's bidding for repeat honors here. Yeah, that one wasn't flat, but it didn't matter. 210 clean, way back and gone. So Higgins greeted rudely here in the sixth. A base hit by Colavito, a monster shot by Fred Whitfield, and here's Duke Sims now, who homered in his last at bat. That seems pretty flat. The pitch to Higgins. 4-11 lefty, swung on and missed, strike three. Sometimes they get, when the 20 does that, it tends to get caught up in the corner. Here's Chico Simone, 1 for 2. Higgins with the windup. That's going to be a 3-6 right-hander. It's a two-hopper to short. Weiss on the run. Gloves it and throws him out. 2 away, and Pedro Gonzalez will be the hitter. Pedro 0 for 2. Higgins into the windup. 6-8 righty. It's a single to 8 on a 5. That's past the diving freeze at third and into left field for a 2-out single. Pedro has some speed. Let's recheck the battery now. Higgins with a -2 hold. McNertney a +1, so he'd be a 14. They're not going to hold him. O'Donohue, the pitcher, batting. Cleveland will not try to steal with Gonzalez, as they don't want to make this last out on the bases and have the pitcher leading off the 7th. So here's O'Donohue, right-handed batter. 4-6 righty, he struck him out. With 2 strikeouts for Higgins, but he gives up 2 runs on the 2-run blast by Fred Whitfield. And the score now 5-0 Indians. Plastic bowl, that is interesting. You wouldn't have any leaners, would you? And hello, Robbie. Robbie, the youngster of the group, although Dan might challenge that, I don't know. Both the youngsters of the group. I'm going to top off my coffee real quick. 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Okay, we're back. About a half a cup left. If I want any more, I'm SOL. No, I can always do a pod. Okay, here's Floyd Robinson. O'Donohue, who was shelled in his first start of the season, in complete command here today so far. Left on left, here's the pitch to Floyd. 6-9, swung on and missed, strike three. Third strikeout for O'Donohue. And here's Tommy Agee. Agee 0 for 2. O'Donohue the windup. Here's the pitch to Agee on a 3-9. Swung on and missed, strike three. 4 Ks for O'Donohue, and they've all come in the last 2 innings. Getting stronger as the game goes on. 2 down, and here's Skowron. O'Donohue working quickly now into the windup. pitch to Bill is a 6-6 right-handed. It's a triple to 4 on a 9. He'll settle for a long single. A 2-out single by Skowron. That'll get Jerry McNertney to the plate. McNertney 1 for 2. And here's the pitch. 2-9 left-handed. It's a lazy fly ball into left field. Leon Wagner is there, and that will do it for the Sox on the 6th. No runs to hit a man left. We played 6. It's 5-0 Cleveland. You're absolutely right, Bob. It did cross my mind. I didn't say it. But yes, I think they are probably the most offensively challenged team, certainly in the American League, maybe in either league. Only Washington has scored fewer runs, and they've played fewer games. Higgins will come out for his second inning of work. And welcome RJL Network. That's Rob, isn't it? Or Bob? I should know that, but I've forgotten. You have that long Florida drive home, right? Good to see you anyway. Gavilia will lead off the 7th. Higgins into the windup. 4-6 left-handed. That's a single to 16. Us down for a base hit on a 10. Davalillo reaches with a leadoff single. Star 15 Steeler, -114. They're going to hold him at 12. They can't afford to give up any more bases. And here's Elvis. Elvis 0 for 3. Higgins from the stretch now. The pitch to Elvis is a 4-3 right-handed. It's a fly to right field X. That's Robinson. Floyd a 2E12 as he ranges towards the line. Here's the play. It's the E rating. A 6 on a 12. This smells like trouble, and it is. It's a 2-base error on Floyd Robinson. Huge error there by Robinson. That puts Indians at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Nobody throwing in the pen. In a 5-0 game. And the bullpen's somewhat limited. They're going to stick with Higgins. And here's Wagner, 1 for 3 on the day. Yeah, exactly, Ben. He's one of the better fielders. I can't bring myself to bring the infield in with nobody out. They're going to stay back and try to get Wagner. The pitch from Higgins is a 4-9 left-handed. It's a double to 2. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Agee has it. That's going to be deep enough for Davalillo to tag up and score, however, and that makes it 6-0. Sack fly for Wagner, and here's Rocky. Rocky 2 for 3 today, maybe coming out of his slump. Higgins into the windup. 4-9 right-handed, 1-1. That's a 2-star single. That'll knock in Elvis, and it is 7-0. So the Indians have blown it open here against Dennis Higgins. Still only 1 out, and here's Whitfield. That's going to be a 4-5 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's Weiss. Weiss a 3E68. Here's the play on a 15. He's there. Long throw in time. Nice play, Weiss. 6-3X. 2 down. And here's Duke Sims. Runner at first. Takes his lead. The pitch to Sims on a 2-11 is a routine roller to second. Buford comes in on it. Flips to Skowron, and that'll do it. 2 more for Cleveland on 2 hits. Let me reconstruct that a little bit there. That'll be a single, out, single. So both of the runs unearned, charged to Higgins. As we stretch for the 7th, it is 7-0 Tribe. We'll take a quick look at the Mookie cam. And all we get today pretty much is the tail, and what a tail it is. Looks like a raccoon tail. O'Donohue, a 6-inning starter, is already in his 2nd endurance inning here. He's allowed 5 hits, no runs, and he'll face Cater, Freeze, and Weiss here in the bottom of the 7th. O'Donohue gets the sign from Sims now. Here's the pitch to Cater. It's a 5-4 right-handed. Fly to center field X. That's Davalillo. Vic, a 2E5. Good outfielder. Ranges to his right. On a 20, he makes a nice running catch for the out. 8X, 1 away. And the batter will be Freeze. 0 for 2 on the day. O'Donohue working quickly now. He can smell it. Here's the windup and the pitch. 4-7 right-handed. A single to 15, but on a 17, that's speared by a leaping Simone at shortstop. Holy cow. Simone went up and got it. O'Donohue tips his cap. 2 down, and the batter will be Weiss. Exactly, Franklin. Oh, and look at, he just tucked it in. Almost as if he could hear. He's like, yeah, not with my tail, you don't. Here's the pitch to Weiss. 4-7 is a single to 15. That's down for a base hit past the diving Simone. And into left field for a 2-out single. Now we'll have a pinch hitter for Higgins. Weiss star 15. 12 with the catcher-pitcher combo. Does not need to be held. We can close the book on Higgins. 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Walked nobody. And struck out a pair. They're going to get Bob Walker up. He's been the workhorse down there all season. Hanson's a weak. Barry has end power. Ken Berry will be the hitter. They need somebody with some pop here. That makes Berry pretty much the only choice. Berry in part-time play has had a nice season so far. 359, 14 for 39. He does not have a home run, however. O'Donohue from the stretch. Pitch to Berry on a 1-4. He pops him up. Simone will take it, and that'll do it in the 7th. No runs, a hit, 1 left. On comes Locker. Locker worked 2/3 of an inning in the opener, so he's relatively fresh as the White Sox pen goes. And we move to the 8th inning. I want to thank everybody for watching today. Kind of a laugher it turned out to be, but appreciate the support. And wish you all an excellent weekend. No game tomorrow as usual. I'll be back on Sunday. Okay, here's Simone. 1 for 3 on the day. Locker set to go to work. Here's the pitch on a 1-11. He pops him up on the left side. It's Freeze making the catch, and there's one away. Here's Pedro now, 1 for 3. Locker into the windup. It's a 4-4 right-handed. Fly ball to center X. That's AG, the Gold Glover, 1E8. Back he goes. Going back for fine running catch for the out. What a play by AG to take extra bases away from Pedro Gonzalez. O'Donohue, of course, will bat. Thank you, Ben. We'll look for you then. Take care, buddy. Have a great weekend. Locker's pitch is a 2-3. It's a base hit. Oh, my goodness. It's a 2-out single for O'Donohue. How about that? That'll get Davalillo up to the plate. Locker staring in now. Ignoring the runner, the full windup. 1-7, he pops him up. Buford will take it. And that'll do it for Cleveland in the 8th. No runs, a hit, 1 left. O'Donohue is having a hell of a day. He'll be facing the top of the White Sox order in the bottom of the 8th. Tall order for the White Sox. They trail by 7. Buford 2 for 3. O'Donohue the windup. That's a 3-6 left-handed single to 15. It's speared at second by Gonzalez on an 18. So O'Donohue living right today. Even the splits are going his way, and here's Robinson. Floyd 0 for 3, left on left. That's a 6-7 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base. Gonzalez, routine play, flips to Whitfield. O'Donohue cruising now. And here's Agee. Agee still looking for his first home run of the season. O'Donohue the windup. 4-4, it's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be a tough play for Alvis. The 3E21. Alvis dives towards the line on a 4. He can't get it. That's into left field for a single. 2-out single for Agee. -3, 14. They're not even going to hold him. There's no way he's going to try to run trailing by 7 with 2 outs. And the batter is Scourin. Oh, nice, Dan. Los Angeles City or county in general? From Orange County originally, so somewhat familiar with the area. Runner takes his lead from first. From the stretch, that's a 4-8 to Scourin. It's a lazy fly ball to center. Davalillo barely has to move and gloves it to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. 8 goose eggs put up by O'Donoghue. And hell yes, Jeffrey, absolutely. A fine job behind the plate for Duke Sims today, who's also chimed in a 2-run home run. Alvis, Wagner, and Colavito for Cleveland as we go to the 9th. Alvis 0 for 4. Walker the windup on the pitch. That's a 6-9 righty. It's a grounder down to third. Freeze will take it and throws out his opposite number at first. Here's Leon Wagner. You can see Wagner, it's hard to see in the light, but if you get it just right, I can't even see it now. You can see where Mookie tried to take a little bite out of Wagner. I made the mistake of leaving my cards out once. Haven't made that mistake since. Walker the windup, 6'9" left-hander. He pops him up. Buford calling. He's got it, 2 down. Here's Rocky now, 3 for 4 on the day. It's been a long time since his 7th home run. Here's the pitch from Walker. It is a 5-6 right-handed fly ball to left. Cater backs up a bit and pulls it in. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Walker. The story of the game now is O'Donoghue. Can he do it? Leading 7-0. The outcome of the game certainly not in doubt. But O'Donoghue going for the complete game shutout here. Oh, that's awful for Leon. Oh, man, what a drag. McNertney, Cater, and Freeze stand in his way. He gets the sign from Sims. Here's the windup and the pitch to McNertney on a 3-9 slow roller to short. Simone charges on the run, throws him out. Simone, a nice job in his first start at shortstop. 1 away, and here's Cater. Danny 0 for 3. O'Donoghue gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 1-9 left-handed. A little comebacker. O'Donoghue knocks it down, picks it up, tosses to Whitfield, and the Sox are down to their last out. 1 out away from a shutout. It's O'Donoghue versus Gene Freeze. O'Donoghue shakes one off, now nodding into the windup. The pitch to Freeze is a 6-6 right-handed. It's a triple to 4 on a 15. He'll settle for a long single. 2-out single by Gene Freeze. I'm trying to debate whether to let Wise hit or not. They will need another batter, though, if he did do anything. Or if the pinch hitter did anything. The point being, the only righty left on the bench is Ron Hansen. The other option would be McCraw can't do it. Pete Ward would be your next best option. Okay? He's a left-handed hitter. I'm not sure there's really anything to be gained there. So it's going to be Weiss. O'Donoghue. 1-9. Struck him out, and he did it. And he ends it with a flourish, fanning Weiss. 7-0, the final, a complete game shutout for John O'Donoghue. And if you missed the start of the game, oh my goodness. This is only Donoghue's second start of the season. He came into the game, his first start, he was racked for 11 hits and 9 runs in 3 1/3 innings. What a turnaround for O'Donoghue. And he's still with us at 85. How about that? Thank you, Kenyon. Thank you, Mike, Franklin, Jeffrey, everybody. Bob. Philip. Hi, Philip. I'll get the totals for you here. Locker and his two gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. The story is O'Donohue, who's obviously the chief Spokane Gary player of the game. He scattered 8 hits for the shutout. Walked only 1. Struck out 5. He's the winning pitcher, of course. He squares his record at 1-1. Howard takes the loss. His record evens at 1-1. That's true, Dan. Yeah, he had a hit, too. 1 for 4, O'Donohue. The Indians in winning. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. White Sox, no runs, 8 hits, 1 error. And that's the ball game. That pulls Cleveland to within, let's look at it here. That pulls Cleveland to within 2 games of first place. So check out these standings. Orioles in first. Athletics in second, just a half a game back. Twins in third, just 1 game back. Indians in fourth, just 2 games back. And the Tigers in fifth, just 2.5 games back. That's the story of the White Sox, too. I mean, they just can't pick up any runners. They're a bad hitting team to begin with, and it seems like they waste a lot of opportunities when they do get them. So no game tomorrow. I'll be at my mom's. Sunday we'll have a game. We're going to be going over to the National League. St. Louis Cardinals at Cincinnati Reds, and boy, we got a treat for you Sunday. The legendary Bob Gibson takes the mound for St. Louis. And he's not facing a bum either. Jim O'Toole will start for the Reds, so that looks to be a good one. 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern on Sunday. See you then. In the meantime, Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good evening and a fantastic weekend. Take care, everybody. Check Jeffrey's page for games tomorrow. Thanks, guys.